afternoon, everyone. This is John Parker. The one thing I would like to discuss with you today is renting a car when you're on vacation. You fly somewhere and you rent a car at the airport. And the question I get asked probably more than any is, what should I do about their insurance? Should I buy their insurance? Does my insurance come over? Well, here's a couple of things I'd like to point out. When you rent a car from Enterprise or Hertz, whoever it may be, I always recommend that you buy the physical damage waiver or their insurance basically for the physical damage coverage. The reason I do that is there's like about 4 reasons why I recommend that. Number one, if you have a claim, if you do something to that car to physically damage it, you will not have any deductible. The second reason is if you physically damage that car and have a claim, you will not have a claim on your auto insurance. It's their insurance. It is not yours. It will not show up. The third, and one of the biggest reasons I recommend that you buy the physical damage waiver is because if you damage that car and they have to put that car in a body shop to be repaired and it's down for 2 or 3 weeks while it's being repaired, they can possibly come back to you and say, well, Mr. Renter, that car generates us X number of dollars per week and it was down for 3 weeks. You owe us X times 3 for lost revenue. That's something your insurance, or a good possibility, will not pick that up. If your policy is not endorsed for that, some companies offer it, some companies don't. If it's not endorsed for that, it will pay for that and you could have that out of pocket. And the fourth and final thing that could come back to haunt you is diminished value. And they could come to you if you physically damage their car and say, well, now, Mr. Renter, that car normally at 1 year old or 2 years old, we would sell it and it would generate X number of dollars. Since it's been damaged and been repaired, it's only going to generate X minus Y. So you owe us for diminished value. This is something, again, that your car insurance may not pick up. So you want to have a discussion with your insurance agent and see if you need to pick up the physical damage waiver when you rent a car. I recommend to my insurers that they do, because it is just simply cheap peace of mind. I rented a car one time and my wife and mother and I got in the car. We were leaving the rental car lot. I was not out of sight of the front door and I put a great big scratch down the side of that car. I pulled right back into the parking spot and I went right in and I told the gentleman there at the counter what I had done. And I had the physical damage waiver. And he said, well, can you still drive it? And I said, yes. He said, well, go ahead. And that was the end of it. There was nothing else. And the other thing is, too, if you're going to fly out and you would have a damage on your way back to the airport, you could be held up filling out paperwork and so on, and make you miss your flight. So the physical damage waiver eliminates all that worry. So not a bad thing to buy sometime. Thank you very much for listening.